What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to TTP Sports, and this Flyers squad continues to find ways to win. They win again. That's 8 straight games earning a point. You got 2 points in this one in regulation. You beat a nice young up-and-coming Detroit squad out of the rebuild, and you shut them out 1-0. Cam York gets the early nod, and that's basically it from there. Sam Ersson, spectacular in net, makes 33 saves, and the defense in front of him was even better. I honestly can't even remember many dangerous chances that the Detroit Red Wings had in tonight's game. I just can't. There's just a lot of things that went well tonight. And also for Sam Ersson, great for him, man, getting the nod second start in a row because Carter Hart's still sick. And, they talked about that this afternoon before the game, that even Hart's saying to himself, like, this is odd, man. I've never been sick this much in a span. I never get sick, and I'm getting sick like 3 times during the season. It does sound like they're figuring out what the cause of it is, so hopefully that is a good sign of things to come for Mr. Hart. But hey, when Ersson gets his number called, man, he answers the door, man. He has been spectacular basically since his first few games at the start of the season where he struggled, and when a bunch of Flyers fans on social media were calling him terrible. I wonder how those people think, because Sam Ersson's been on an absolute tear basically since the first time Carter Hart was out with an injury. When his number got called there, he's been great ever since, and he just continues to be spectacular, getting a nice 1-2 punch there with Hart in net. And Ersson was just really good, man. The defense in front of him, you don't have Travis Sanheim because he was sick too, ironically. So everybody on this team for some reason is getting sick. Couturier almost didn't play today, but he did take warm-ups and he played. And hey, his line resulted in the only goal of the game. Originally was credited to Sean Couturier, but Cam York throws the biscuit onto the net, makes a nice play between him and Travis Konechny on the left wall, throws it towards the net, goes off, I believe, the stick or the skate of one of the Detroit defenders in front, and it goes in the net past Alex Lyon for a 1-0 Flyers lead, and that would be your only goal of the game. Cam York, too, having to step up on that top pair, taking the number 1 defense minutes, and Rasmus Ristolainen, too. He moves up to that, pair with Cam York, and that pairing was fantastic today. The defense as a whole was just amazing. Just breaking up anything that Detroit had going in the offensive zone, keeping everything to the outside, blocking a shit ton of shots. And I mean a shit ton. There were a lot of block shots in this game for this Flyer squad, and they were just great. Great overall, from the first pairing down to the bottom pairing with freaking Mark Stahl. Like, everyone was great in this game. It was a very entertaining game, back and forth. Both goaltenders, actually 3 goaltenders, playing well, because Alex Lyon did leave the game with an injury after a play by Owen Tippett with a beautiful pass from Morgan Frost. Sadly, Tippett was just not able to bury the puck. There was a lot of those plays in this game where you think they would be able to bury the puck, and they just, it somehow stays in the blue paint, or it hits a stick in front, or somehow a Detroit player or a Flyer player keeps the puck out of the net. It was basically happening like that for both sides tonight. So Alex Lyon leaves with the injury after that Tippett play, and then Husso comes in. He plays very well, and the Flyers were on a power play basically right when Husso came in, so I figured maybe, hey, you got a backup goaltender in there coming in on a power play, so maybe you could do some damage there. But then again, the Flyers power play sucks. The Flyers power play was not good today. They struggled so badly getting the puck into the offensive zone when Detroit cleared it. That's been one of the major issues for the power play for a long while, was the transition getting into the offensive zone, and it continued today. So that was basically the non-positive from today's game, was the power play once again, and it's probably going to be the mainstay for the rest of the season. That's basically what the power play is at this point. But got to give a lot of credit to Cam York stepping up there for Travis Sanheim not being in this game because of him being sick. After the goal they scored, the Flyers, that is Cam York's first goal, Cam York had a sick play going end-to-end. And if this man kept the puck on his stick as he was driving the net in the first period, he would have fucking scored a goal, and it would have been one of the most beautiful goals I've ever seen from a defenseman on a Flyers squad in ages. Starts down low near his red paint, passes the puck up, I believe, to one of the forwards. I don't remember who it is at that point in time. And then Cam York gets the puck back, sees that, Detroit's trying to make a change. They're a little lackluster there. He beats the defender, gets around him, drives the net. He just lost the puck on the end of it, and he would have had a great opportunity to bury that puck into the net. That would have been a fantastic goal to see there. And Cam York, his confidence level over the past few weeks, it's getting, better and better and better and better. He's scoring more goals, contributing more on offense. His defensive game is, rounding out very well. And hell, him and Rasmus Ristolainen made a good pairing today. Ristolainen with so many huge hits in this game. You can't even count them. He had at least a couple of them each period, it felt like, where he's ramming guys into the boards hard, where him and Cam York, I believe, are colliding with one guy, which ends up, his face gets cut in the process, but it was a clean hit regardless. It was just a crazy game, man. And there were so many instances where I thought Detroit was going to score, but that's just how well the Flyers defense played, just preventing those chances from happening. Basically, the dangerous chances that Detroit had that were off the top of my head was a one-timer on one of the power plays in the second period, and getting to the closing stages of the game, when Detroit pulls their goaltender out, you get just a weird scramble for a puck. It just goes out into the middle of the ice, wherever, somehow, in some way, Patrick Kane's just standing there, wide open for this puck. Puts it onto the net. Sam Ersson makes a nice save, hits him right in the chest. I'm like, how the hell did that puck find Patrick Kane? And I'm thinking to myself, coming into this game, holy shit, I forgot Patrick Kane was even on Detroit. I know it was a big thing when he did sign there, a couple of weeks ago. I was just like, holy shit, I forgot he was even on this team. It definitely isn't the Patrick Kane, in his prime or anything like that, but he's still a very dangerous player out there on the ice, so that's someone you definitely gotta watch. Detroit's got a lot of dangerous players. They are dealing with some injuries, so that definitely could be a reason, for them, being on a little bit of a skid, I guess you can say. But hey, the Flyers, can't take any credit away from them. They played their asses off tonight. And I did see a tweet, I believe it was from one of the Flyers reporters, about John Tortorella in the locker room post-game. I believe he was talking to Sam Ersson. I'm trying to see this. I'm trying to remember who posted this. I believe it was... here we go. It was Brandon Sommerman of Brotherly Bully. He he says, Flyers head coach John Tortorella just walked in the locker room, went right to Sam Ersson, and said, fucking right, Ers, fucking right, good job, enjoy the day off tomorrow. Gotta love it, man. Gotta love it. It is locker room, man. It's, there's something, really, really, really special about this locker room right now. They're winning games. They're winning games. And I'm not, putting them on a level with, the other top teams in this league. I'm nowhere, because they just don't have enough talent to be that type of team, in my honest opinion. And a lot of other people would agree with that. They're just playing a perfect team game. They're playing a fun style. They give 150% every single shift, every single game. They're never going to be out of it. They're never, if you do happen to blow them out, they're going to find a way to make it a pain and, throughout the rest of the game. But this team is rarely going to get blown out. That just doesn't happen with, this style of hockey that John Tortorella has fused within this squad. They're playing for one another. They are. They're a brotherhood. They're a family in that locker room. They play for one another. And they're playing a fun brand. They just are. I need to see this stat too, that people keep bringing up since, it was since the, I believe Jordan Hall brought this up, if I'm not mistaken, of NBC Sports Philadelphia. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, here we go. The Flyers are 17-10-3 through 30 games. They are 12-3-2 since their loss to the San Jose Sharks. So basically, since that game, this team has basically flown out the window at this point with the way they're playing. It's just fun to watch. And you're thinking to yourself, how the fuck could a 1-0 win be entertaining? This game was just fun to watch. It was. Both sides. Chances left and right. Both goaltenders playing well. Flyers defense was spectacular. Big hits left and right. How can you not be entertained by that? How can you not? Still fantastic for Sam Ersson, dude. Fantastic. I even loved it was like towards the end of the game. It was the Flyers top line out there, Coots, TK, and Forster. It was with the empty net, and that line was just making a beeline trying to get it into the empty net. You know, TK abusing Shane Gostisbehere. That was just a beautiful thing to watch. Even freaking Tyson Forster abusing Patrick Kane on one play, pushing him back as he's trying to forecheck into the zone to try to get that puck. It was just fun things, man. Fun things. And hell, I even forgot Shane Gostisbehere was on the Detroit Red Wings because Jesus Christ, it was crazy, man. It was crazy. Remember that when I brought that one play by Patrick Kane up a few minutes ago, someone just posted that pic or video to a Twitter. Just it was a puck scramble, it was a board battle on the left side. Somehow the puck squeezes out to find Patrick Kane where he's just wide open and he just lets it rip. And Sam Harrison's there to make a save, you know. Just fantastic stuff. And even during that sequence, you know, Flyers are trying to scramble and everything. They're trying to get the puck out. They draw a penalty with like 15 seconds left. And that basically kills off the rest of the game. So they were playing their hearts out, man. They were leaving everything on the line with, you know, block shots and everything like that. I want to see how many block shots they even had in this game. I hate the way that NHL Network not NHL Network, NHL.com completely reformatted their website. It makes everything so confusing. Here we go. Flyers had 21 block shots in this game, 19 hits. Amazing. Just great stuff there, man. Great stuff. 33 shots on goal. Same thing for Detroit. Hey, man. Goalie play well. Sam Harrison has been spectacular for a long time here, basically, for the past few months. Basically, since that slow start from him, he's been amazing. He's been absolutely amazing. You could say Carter Hart and Sam Harrison are probably one of the best tandems in the league, in my honest opinion. And Danny Briere signed him to a 2-year bridge deal. Think about that. Think about that. I believe he's making like 1.45 mil, if I'm not mistaken. So on this 8-game point streak the Flyers have been in, let's see. They also have 9 points in their last 10 games. So in their last 10 games, they beat the Islanders in a shootout. They lost against the Carolina Hurricanes 4-1. They lost against the Devils 4-3 in overtime. They beat the Pittsburgh Penguins back-to-back in overtime, one in the shootout. They beat the Coyotes. They beat the Avalanche. They lost in overtime to the Predators. They beat the Capitals in a shootout, and they shut out the Detroit Red Wings. And hey, that's 2 shutouts for Sam Harrison in not that long of a span. In the past 10 games, he's got 2 shutouts. He had that shutout against the Islanders when they won in the shootout, and he has the shutout today. So, dude's just on a roll, dude. Just on a roll. I love the way Sam Harrison's playing. I love the way this team's playing. They just get it. They just get it. They're fun to watch. They're fun to watch. Can't blame me for that. Can't blame me for that. And there's probably some Flyers fans that are still pissed off because they're not tanking. How can you not enjoy this? In my honest opinion, how can you not enjoy this? That's just me. And they also got pictures down here in the locker room for the front office going down into the locker room, shaking guys' hands. Jonesy, Briere, and Dan Hilferty. That's always great to see. Always great to see. Love it. Team is one whole unit, man. One whole unit. It's very fun to watch. Very fun brand of hockey. Man. What a ride it is, boys. What a ride it is. And if we look at the upcoming schedule for the Flyers, there's not that many games left until the Christmas break. I believe they have 3 games left, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they play Tuesday in New Jersey against the Devils. So that'll be a fun game to watch, hopefully. Hopefully they score a goal in New Jersey because the past few times they played in New Jersey, they got shut out. Also, I was in attendance for those games, so go figure there. They also play the Nashville Predators at home on Thursday, so maybe a little bit of a revenge from the overtime loss last week. And then they play these same Detroit Red Wings this Friday before the Christmas break starts. And then you go on your Western Canadian road trip, including Seattle, after the Christmas break on December 28th. So fun stuff here, boys. Very fun stuff. I want to see the standings after tonight. Let's see the standings where the Flyers sit. So the Flyers, they sit second in the Metropolitan Division. They got 37 points on the year, 1 point ahead of the New York Islanders, who have 36, 3 points ahead of the Hurricanes, 4 points ahead of the Devils, 5 points ahead of the Capitals, 8 points ahead of the Penguins, and, the Blue Jackets are just in last place because they're not good. because they're not good. Where do the Flyers rank in the league? That's what I want to see. They're 9th in the entire league. My God. This team, man. This team. When the expectations were so low to start the year, they come out and play fantastic hockey. How can you complain? How can you complain about that? You can't. You can't. So, that is going to do it for tonight, everybody. I appreciate you all tuning in whenever you are tuning into this. This team's fun to watch, and I hope you're having fun watching this team as well. So don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section down below. I'd like to see those. Don't forget to drop a like. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It does me a great deal of service. Also, use the code TTPSPORTS, $20 off your first purchase at SEATGEEK. Great deal. Don't pass it up. Thanks, you guys, once again for joining tonight, or whenever you are watching this, and I'll see you next time.